Now, as firearm owners, we know that the safety and security of our firearms is absolutely paramount. But now, with that, we do have instances where we want to keep our guns readily accessible to use in defensive situations. So, how do we balance the two? Well, what I have here is the Onnais Defender SE. So now what this is this is a trigger lock that you can mount in various positions. It stays with the firearm, but it gives you quick access through either a fingerprint scanner, a key code, or a backup key that you can use for quick access while maintaining ease of accessibility to your firearm in different locations. So now, as I mentioned, the Defender SE is going to be a trigger lock. So it is not an anti-theft device that your typical safes would be, but what it does do is it locks out the trigger. It keeps that safe and blocked so that there's no unintended access to the firearm, that it's inoperable unless you choose to use it. So it does keep it readily accessible, but it does keep it safe and secure and inaccessible and unusable to anybody that does not have the key code or access through the system. So now, before we dive into it, let's take a look in the box, unbox it, and see all the stuff we get in this kit. So let's open the box and dive in together. So up the top, we've got our quick start guide with a little access key, looks like. Let's see what we have here. That looks like the base stand, which we will see here in a second. I've only kind of seen pictures of this thing. Don't actually know what all it entails or looks like. Okay, so that this sits there. It's going to screw into the bottom plate, but is a nice pegged stand for indexing. And now I think we have got to the heart of the lock. So we've got here, so it looks like we've got the fingerprint scanner right there on the front, keyed access on top, or keypad entry, sorry, and then the key access right here in the front, which we've got our keys folded up right in here. We'll use these first to open it and access it. So now what this is made to be is a trigger lock for your handgun. Let's go ahead and open this. And you can see, so we'll come through one side, lock the key, press it snug, and now you have a locked trigger. And there we have it. There's the lock and stand portion. Let's get back in the box. A few other things. A USB-C charging cable. Looks like there are our mounting screws. And also some mounting hole locations. Looks like so we can actually secure this bracket to surface dimensions. So we've got our base, stand, and our lock, which fits into a dovetail here. Let's hurry and get it screwed together and see what it looks like. Now, when it comes to the mount to holding the Defender SE, we have a few different options, and this is going to be the main piece. And you can see, so this piece is what has the dovetail up here on the top, and it fits the corresponding dovetail on the trigger lock, and that is what will hold it in place through its various orientations and whichever way you want to set it up. So now it's in a few different orientations. It does have locations here for these wood screw holes, so you can mount it to a surface you can screw it to. And then it does have these holes down here and indexing locations, which are compatible with the display base that it comes with. The pegs align in alignment holes. You can use these threaded screws that it comes with. The base is pre-threaded. You can just snug these down, finger tight, and then give them a final tightening with the included hex wrench. And now with that, we have a fully self-supporting display stand that can be set up on a desk or nightstand. It gives you quick, easy access to your firearm and the lock. All right, now let's walk through getting it set up and adding a new passcode. So now to do this, it does have to be separated into the two halves. It cannot be together. So let's go ahead and get started into this. So we're going to unlock it by doing the initial passcode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Green. It blinked at us. Okay, so now we're going to insert and hit the add button with our key. It was red, green, blue. It is now blinking. So let's set a new passcode, 5 to 10 characters, and then insert reset. So we'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that is 6 digits. Get the key, press reset. It turned green and it beeped. Then we'll go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hit reset. Missed it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And reset. Okay. Had the 2 beeps, turned green, and it is now set. So let's go ahead, check it. Turn green, and we can remove it. And now that we have our passcode set, let's come and look at the locks and getting them on the trigger. So it's got spring-loaded dowels. These go inside the trigger guard loop and keep everything locked in nice and tight. So I'm going to set that side in. We will now come in with the other side, get it started. Just going to get everything lined up how we like, and then push it together until it's closed. And we now have a locked, secure firearm. The trigger cannot be accessed until you either have the passcode, use a key, or access your fingerprint to remove the lock. So now one thing I do like about the lock system is the multiple ways to open it. So we do know that fingerprint scanners is going to be the quickest, easiest way to access it, but anybody that's used one knows they are not 100% reliable. If you have any grime or dirt in your fingers, sometimes they can get messed up. So with that, you do have the ability to enter the keypad on top. It is still reachable from the fingers, and it does take a little bit more time, but it's all there right accessible right with the firearm. And of course, if the batteries fail or go out, you always have the backup key to make sure that no matter what, you're always going to be able to access your firearm when you need it. Now, one of the great things about this being a trigger lock system is that it is very versatile with the different types of firearms. So you can use it with handguns, shotguns, rifles, anything this will fit around the trigger well in, you can use it to secure. So it's not just for handguns, you can use it for a whole host of other different firearms. Now, overall, this is a very fantastic system. I love the versatility, which for me is the key thing. I can keep my firearm safe and secure, but also leave it accessible when I need it. I can keep it in my nightstand. I can transport and take it with me in my vehicle. No matter where I put it, I know that it's always going to be safe and secure, but it's also going to be very readily, easily accessible if I need it. So if you guys do want to go check this out, I will have a link down in the description. You can go check it out. Once again, it is the Defender SE from Onnais.